everyone, so glad you stopped by today. Thanks for joining me for part 2 of my first my first infusion. I just thought I would debrief you all on like my overall thoughts about how today went. I know in the previous video I kind of like actually walked you through my day, so now that I've had like maybe half an hour at home to kind of just collect my thoughts, I wrote it down on this notebook. I just thought we'd have a little chat. So, grab a glass of water. That's what I've got. I have to hydrate. I have to drink like 2 to 3 liters of water every day while I'm on chemo. Wish me luck. I've got an app to help me. I think I downloaded Hydrate. So yeah, grab some water, grab some tea, grab a snack, and let's have a talk. I really wanted to talk about how overall, like this first infusion, they call it infusion instead of like my first chemo dose, I guess. I don't know if it's the medical term, but they call it infusion. So my first infusion was a relatively pleasant experience. The nurses were way awesome. They were helpful, they were patient, and I really liked how they worked as a cohesive team. Because one of the nurses had trouble getting into my port, like connecting the IV to the port because it's still swollen from the surgery, and when he knew he couldn't get the right positioning, he called another nurse in to help him out, and I really appreciated that he just didn't keep sticking me. Mind you, I did have a very generous amount of lidocaine, so I didn't feel a thing, so I was totally cool with that situation. I kept my cool and didn't freak out. And they had a very proactive approach. Well, my doctor had a very proactive approach to my chemo cocktail, is what they call it, which is so funny because I hardly even drink anymore now. I just trying to be a little bit healthier, and alcohol has not been really an option for me for the past year. So my chemo cocktail was adrenomycin, which, well, actually, let me back up. Because they were proactive with the managing side effects, I got the Ferrari of anti-nausea medication, which was called, what is it? Emend. I just thought it was funny that that's what the nurse said, Ferrari of nausea medication. That's pretty cool in like a super nerdy way. And then I also got Aloxi, which is another nausea medication, but it's long acting. And then after that I got dexamethasone. It's a steroid, so that helps with calming inflammation and preventing nausea, among other things, but its side effects can be like insomnia. So we'll see how that goes. But the thing with nausea is it's important to treat it before its onset, because it's harder to come back from nausea once you're already vomiting. So they like to be proactive about it. And then as far as the actual like cancer killing drugs, I'm starting off with adrenomycin, which is about a 10 to 15 minute process of like getting it through my system, and the nurse is actually manually administering it through the port. She has like a syringe and she pushes it through, and that I really appreciated that because I was watching another YouTube video last week. Her name was Nally Augustin, and I was really excited to discover her because she's Filipina, and I love her her presence and her attitude. And unfortunately she was diagnosed with metastatic, was it lung cancer, I believe, and she had adrenomycin for the second time, and she didn't have her port in, and when they administered it, she felt like a burning sensation, and because it was done at the hospital, her nurse didn't really think much of it, and it ended up like burning her veins, and that's a huge no-no. Like the nurse should have pulled it out and not done it at all. So I'm glad that my adrenomycin, I don't even know if I'm saying it right, but my A drug was administered in a very controlled and very patient-oriented way. So the next drug was Cytoxan, and that was a drip, an IV drip for about 45 minutes. My nurse said it's known to give wasabi nose while it's being pushed into your system, and I did feel a little bit of that toward the end of it, but in the beginning, not so much. And then the last drug was delivered by injection in my butt. On my butt. It was called Lupron, and okay, so the way I'm gonna say this sounds totally like flippant, but it's a serious thing. It is gonna suppress my ovaries in hopes that it preserves them through the chemo process. It can be really bad for your reproductive system. So the doctor is hoping that he can preserve it so that you know, maybe one day I can carry a kid. But the main focus right now, though, is to make sure that I'm well, and I do appreciate that he is trying to think of, you know, what me and Dave are, you know, thinking about possibly in the future. I just also wanted to talk about what really helped me approach today with a pretty good outlook. I do have to admit I wasn't perfect. Like, I got pretty like aggressive when my mom was driving and people on the roads on the freeway were driving crazy, and I was yelling at these people like, come on, drive right, you know. So yeah, I was a little, I don't know what the word is, but I would say aggressive. Maybe that's the roids. But what really helped was to prepare myself. So I had my chemo bag ready. One day I'll do a video on what's in my chemo bag, because I think that would be fun to share. And then also earlier last week on Tuesday, I was able to visit the center and see the chairs, sit in a chair, know what it feels like, and just be able to know where I'm gonna be and to meet some of the nurses, and it just really put me at ease as far as like the team and the space. So yeah, that's all I can think about my first chemo experience. It's in the bag. That's pretty awesome. And I know not every day that I go in for a course is not going to be so good. I know that adrenomycin is my doctor said it's like the harshest drug. So I'm expecting it to get pretty bumpy, but you know, for now it's nice to just, you know, enjoy and just like savor this moment that, you know, we kicked off chemo. It went relatively smoothly. I had my mom and my aunt and Dave with me, and it was kind of like a chemo party. I mean, if you're gonna go through chemo, might as well make it a party, right? So that was really nice, and you know, I'll like to look back at these video clips and remember, you know, that yeah, it's hard, but there are also good days too. And then also wanted to share a quick little haul that I got, because since I was feeling pretty good, I mean, obviously, like, because I'm healthy right now and cancer free, I guess, you know, the side effects aren't like immediate. I think it'll probably be within the next 48 hours where, you know, I'll probably feel a little bit worse, well, way worse. But so since I was feeling good, my A team and we went to Din Tai Fung at the Americana, and oh my god, it was so good. It was delicious. Cheers to
the first chemo. Yay.
And it just worked out really well with the timing, because one of my brother's best friends, a couple of them, they work there and they happened to be working a shift, and so they took very good care of us and gave us a really sweet discount. And Nick, his name's Nick and Nico. Nick brought over these like dumplings, okay? And normally like they're really known for like their soup dumplings, and instead these were dessert dumplings, and they had like this like chocolate mochi and like wrapped with like truffle and dark chocolate truffle. Oh my gosh, it was so delicious, and it was very exotic to me, and we all enjoyed trying that out. I had one, and I let Dave have two, so he was a good guy today. Deserved it. So then after that, we went over to Uniqlo because I've been wanting to find some really comfy pants, because with all of the like the steroids could make me bloated, and also some of the things can cause like sorry if it's TMI, but like constipation, and so I'm just like bracing for like a little bit bigger Lindsay, you know. So I've been looking for lounge pants, and they have some really great lounge pants. They're called lounge pants, drape pants, and these are found in the like sleepwear and loungewear section. And so I picked up this pattern because Dave said I would look good in it, and then also I picked them up in an olive green color because they're a little bit more low-key, and I think they look pretty they're a little bit more sophisticated for fall. And then I got a pair of these lounge pants in ultra stretch, and I like that they have if you can see the style right there, they're ribbed at the bottom, so they're not like a straight leg, they're kind of they are a tapered leg, and that's very short people friendly. And then lastly, oh my god, this is my favorite purchase, okay? It is a cardigan. I don't know if you can see it, but it's got these big buttons and some pockets on both sides, and it's a nice oatmeal color, and I think it'll look good with either of these drapey pants, and of course sweats. But it is the softest fabric, and this is very Infusion Day friendly, because it's not good to wear like a t-shirt. If you wear a t-shirt, they make you put on a gown, and I don't want to wear a hospital gown. I'd rather wear my own clothes. If you wear like a button-up shirt like this, which by the way I got in my neighborhood at the Left Bank, it is my favorite place to shop local for like thrifting, and also they sell some newish stuff, and like it's also a very cute gift shop. I'll link the information below if you're in the LA area and like want a really good shopping like thrift shop recommendation. Go visit Jackie at the Left Bank and tell her that Lindsay sent you. She's awesome. I really love her personality. She's a very people-oriented person, and I always end up like talking to her for like 10 minutes whenever I go in. She's awesome. So this is where this top came from. There you go. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you like this video and you've watched my previous videos, I hope that you'll subscribe so you can get notifications every time a new video goes up. And you can also find me on Instagram if you'd like to stay connected when I'm not here hanging out with you all. My Instagram name is TheDailyLindsay, and also leave me your thoughts, your comments, your questions in the comment section below. I love writing back and just chatting with you all. And yeah, that's it. Sorry, my brain's kind of jumping back and forth, but I hope you all are having a good week. Thanks for watching. Bye.